the K. Devlin sheet too, and you can cross. So we're not going to be, if you're using the K. Devlin sheet, we're not going to be talking about the sternohyoid or the we'll talk about the digastric. We won't talk about the sternohyoid on there. Okay. All right. So let's go through these. So the frontalis bone. You had to guess where the frontalis bone. What do you guys think it would be?
In the front.
Exactly, probably this guy right up here on your frontal bone, right? And then the next one, so orbicularis oris. I'm sorry, no, that's not this. Orbicularis oris is going to be number 108 up here. So that is going to be the sphincter muscle that surrounds your mouth. Okay, orbicularis oris, and so that's not to be confused with orbicularis oculi, which is the one that surrounds the eye. So oris, think like oracle for somebody to tell something. And oculi, like binoculars for seeing things. So orbicularis oculi, orbicularis oris for mouth. Okay. All right. For the cheekbones, numbers 107 and 106, you have zygomaticus major, which is going to be 107. It's the inferior bone. Inferior muscle here. And zygomaticus minor, which is the more superior one. Okay. And on this, the zygomaticus minor actually has it's got two little branches there, which you'll see. That's going to be the minor. All right. Okay, so the platysma. It's been cut off on this model, but anytime, okay, don't freak out when I do this, but anytime somebody goes like this, you see that muscle right there? That's the scary face muscle. That's your platysma. Okay, so it's been cut off on this one. So, I guess, how am I going to ask that? I might put, oh, what's your scary face muscle or something like that. Okay. Platysma. Right there. All right. Buccinator. So buccinator is going to be inside here. So it's going to be where there's a little facial vein and artery going through. It's deep to a lot of these other muscles, and what it's going to be used for is when you're sucking on things. So that's your you can call it it's like your kissing noise muscle or whatever, but your buccinator is going to be on the inside right there. The rhizorius is going to stretch all along here. It's going to be number 113. I call it the Joker muscle because so in the Joker, he cuts that part of his mouth, he's cutting the rhizorius muscle, so it goes from about here. Well, it goes from here to here, and then on the other side, about there to there. Okay. That's your rhizorius. On here it's number 113. Okay, masseter is going to be number 114 on here. That's going to be one of the major muscles for chewing and mastication. So, 114, so it's going to attach on the posterior portion of the mandible and then insert onto onto your zygomatic bone. Right? So, masseter. And then temporalis, which is going to be this muscle up here on probably the temporal bone, right? So temporalis and masseter are going to be your big muscles for mastication and chewing, right?
I'm sorry, what's the one you just said?
Temporalis. Temporalis, and then other ones. Okay, so digastric. Basically, the digastric is going to be, you have two muscles that are on the underside of your mouth right here that are going to function to open your mouth. Okay, so when they contract, they open down there. All right. So those are your digastric muscles. Sternocleidomastoid. Okay, it's this big, long muscle right here. If you turn your head to the side, it's this big muscle right there. Okay. Well, I don't have a very big neck, but so whenever you does anybody here watch the NFL, anything like that, football? I think I asked you guys this last time, and nobody even knows what it is. But so, what always cracked me up is when they do the little overlays of the players, and they say so and so, Mississippi, and they like do their little like thing. So you see how like fat their necks are when they do that? Like they have really robust sternocleidomastoid muscles. But so that's going to be that muscle right here. And so this is one of those muscles that like I could ask you more in-depth questions on, because in the name it tells you a lot of the insertion points of that muscle. So sternocleidomastoid. All right. So let's break that down. So sterno, what bone does that sound like?
Sternum.
Sternum, right? So it's actually going to articulate with the top part of the sternum, the manubrium. And then cleido, what does that sound like? Clavicle. So it's going to attach onto your clavicle as well. And then mastoid, what does that sound like? I didn't really talk about it on Tuesday with the specific parts of the bones of the skull, but you have a mastoid process on your temporal bone, on the underside. Okay, it's that big, long, kind of like spiky, pointy thing. So in here, it's going to be this big thing right here. It's your mastoid process. Right? So that's going to be the other part where it attaches. So sternocleidomastoid. So I can point to that and ask you, like, name 2 articulation points for this muscle, or all 3, or something like that. You know. Okay. So be aware of that. All right, let's review real quick. So what's the one on the front part of your skull?
Frontalis.
Frontalis, the one on your temporal bone. Temporalis. What's going to be your kissing muscle? The sucking one?
Rizoris.
Buccinator. What's going to be your other chewing, your other mastication muscle besides temporalis? Masseter. So masseter is going to be this one that's from your, like, so when you clench your jaw, it's that muscle right there on your cheek, okay? So that's your masseter. What's your joker muscle? Risorius, okay? Oh, I forgot to mention one. So on here it's 104, levator labii superioris. All it does is when you make this face, it's that muscle that pulls the upper lip. Okay. Levator labii superioris. And on here, it stretches from like the top part of your nose all the way down to the corner of your lip, okay? So 104. So the most inferior cheek muscle here. Zygomaticus major. Okay, so you have to add the cus at the end. Zygomaticus major, and then what's the most superior one with the 2 branches on it? Zygomaticus minor. All right. The sphincter muscle around your mouth. Orbicularis oris. Okay, and the one surrounding your eye. Orbicularis oculi. Okay, I think. Oh, and then the ones underneath your chin that open your jaw. There's 2 on either side, so it has that digastric. Okay, and then your big neck muscle here, sternocleidomastoid, and then scary face muscle. Platysma. Alright. Okay, so those are all of the facial muscles you guys are going to be responsible for.